Today I'll be doing a video on different things. There are some things I've noticed. Things moving. I don't even know if it would be considered moving. It's as if things are teleport to a different location without me willing it. Just like things just randomly teleport. This only happened, I think this has only happened once. Weird stuff. I can remember another time. Some might consider it an instance of teleportation. I wouldn't. I can remember another time. I had a device, and the device went a bit, went crappy. And then I saw the device somewhere other than where I had left it, and it was in its own normal good condition from what I could tell based upon the appearance. And very far away location from where I left the device. It's like it just, the new version of the device just randomly popped out of thin air. Really weird. The device, I know that my mum wouldn't purchase the device. So I just see the device, it's as if it's just, new version of the device just pops out of thin air. A faraway place from where I left the older version of the device, which went crappy. Really weird stuff. Something I've realized about God is that it's very unique. It's my belief that God is able to get people appear invisible. In objective reality, a person can be the location, but in the eyes of other individuals, God can make it that a person is invisible. That's really profound stuff, and I think it would be pretty rare for that stuff to happen. makes the reason I believe that is because I think that things can occur in the spirit realm. Things can occur in the spirit realm. If God were to make someone not be able to see someone, his intentions are perfect. He doesn't err if he lets something like, if he wills for someone not to be able to see someone. He doesn't err. His ways are perfect. Of course, someone can stop seeing other people, which are in objective reality there, and God wouldn't necessarily be the one which willed that. Things can occur in the spirit realm. I don't know why a device would appear out of thin air. I don't know why that would happen. My mum didn't put a device down in a location. The device simply popped out of thin air. Really weird, and it also disappeared out of thin air. Really weird. Lately, I've been thinking about God. I remember a film, and God appears as a young boy, maybe 8 years old in appearance or something. Really interesting stuff. Really interesting. I don't think that... I think that's very interesting. I think that in the film, where God manifests as a young boy, just out of thin air, wow, the people which made that decision, wow, I think that they're clever, wise. I think that when God appears as a young boy in a film, a film related to the biblical worldview, events of people in the Bible, when the people creating the film made that decision to have God appear as a young boy, wow, that's really interesting stuff. It wouldn't be the same. The words of God, when spoken from something from what appears to be a young boy, the words spoken have more, there's more influence. There's something really profound to it. It's not like the learned wise elder or the impressive adult intellectual. It's something very peculiar, fascinating, intriguing, thought-provoking. I think that the producer of the film, the people who made the decision to have God appear as a young boy, I think that they gave that a lot of consideration and thought, and I think that they made a very good choice when they made that decision. Because the words spoken by what appears to be a young boy, but is supposed to be a manifestation of God, the words spoken carry greater depth, and there's something else to it. Well, I'm not sure what it is, but there's something else to it. For all I know, God influenced the ratiocination of the people involved in the directing of the film for them to perhaps make that decision. For God to be appearing as a young boy. Of course, it doesn't mean that it's literally God manifested in the film. The young boy is supposed to be a manifestation of God. For all I know, God might have influenced the ratioccination of the people so that they would make that decision. And it wouldn't surprise me if that is what happened. In the film, I can remember God was giving words of wisdom to a man. Something else I've been thinking about. The human experience. Human experience, 21st century. Self-gratification. I'm not a fan of hedonism, and I think that that hedonism will probably increase. And I think that the consequences of that won't be good. I think that capitalism It's very good economic system. If people want hedonism, hedonism would probably never be possible in a communist state. There could be certain circumstances when some form of hedonism manifested in a communist state, but as a general rule, hedonism are very difficult to pull off in a communist economic system. Communism could work, but capitalism will always be what is easiest. When it comes to people which want hedonism, I find some of the scriptures in the book of Genesis interesting. I can remember God talking about the sufferings of Eve being multiplied, childbearing, and Adam working at the sweat of his brow, ploughing away at the field or something of the sort. No real economic system there, it's just, well, then all the economic systems come in. State of nature, very simplistic. People doing things, no economic system or anything, just people doing things, state of nature. Very easy going. Not difficult and complex, just very simple. When humans just live in a state of nature. Lately I've been thinking about energies. I've been noticing and thinking about energies, something not what I'm usually familiar with. Like something about disembodied spirits, evil spirits being at locations, sensing a terrible atmosphere, ambient, terrible atmosphere, and not nice. It's not nice. I can remember hearing about the Nazi concentration camps and people being there and having this feeling that terrible things had occurred. And I believe that it's not a consequence of people importing lots of ideas about a location into the minds of other people. I think it's about evil spirits having their presence at a location. The interesting thing about evil spirits is that they can lurk at a location for a very long time, and they like to meditate upon the bad things which occurred at a location. They really enjoy that. They really love sin. I think that people can sense the presence of evil spirits at locations. One of the interesting things about energies is that the people which lead really good moral lives, really good moral lives, and very efficient in the usage of resources and take proper care of their property. People like those, they experience a sense of inner peace, a tranquility, a contentment. There's a strong sense of stability. And a sense of joy. And that feeling, I think that it can can in itself remain within a location. And I think that if the people which made a location feel that kind of way, I think that if they went to another location where evil spirits dwell, it would be like, whoa, something really strange is occurring. And evil spirits would never want to go to a location which is tranquil and all of that. No evil spirit would ever want to go to that location. It would be like, get me out of here. Hate it.